Welcome to this online version of the Mountain House High School Community Update meeting. We're excited to be coming to the close of our first year of operation, and we wanted to take the time to share with you a State of the School report. During this report, we hope to share with you some of the successes that we've had over the course of the year, and also to share with you some of the areas where we believe that we have some room to grow and change. As with all other educational organizations, we are a learning organization, and as we grow, we continue to implement instructional practices into the curriculum. It's our hope that we can keep an open dialogue with our parents, students, and community so we can continue to listen and address concerns that are had by the entire learning community. This cycle is part of our continuous cycle of improvement. This continuous cycle of improvement includes cycles of planning what is needed to do, doing it, checking that it works, and acting to improve upon the performance, and then starting the cycle all over again. It is a continuous cycle of improvement. I'd like to draw your attention, first of all, to our faculty and staff and the administration at the school. All of these people here on this picture and those who support the school are hardworking people who work in our district office, on the school site, our school board of trustees. Each of these people are here because they care about our school and the success of our students. At the beginning of this presentation, I'm going to take some time to share some successes that we have, and also then we'll take some time to share areas of improvement. On the Tuesday, the 5th meeting, there will be time for questions and comments, but at this time on the online presentation, if you'd like to submit some questions of your own, you can go ahead and submit them here at this address. It is case sensitive, so go ahead and put that in, and then you'll be able to ask your questions there, and we'll get back to you about those. So that's the structure of our report here. Again, before I continue this, I'd like to thank you for listening to this presentation. It truly is our hope that you'll learn more about what we've done, what we've learned, and how our school is constantly changing to fit the needs of our students and prepare them to be college and career ready in an innovative 21st century learning environment. So let's start off first with strengths. This school year, our brand new high school has had quite a few reasons to be proud about the learning environment that's been designed, and we want to share some of those successes with you. First, I want to share some numbers to draw your attention to some of the data that we have shared about our school already. A preliminary number was shared with the community in regards to the number of students needing intervention over the summer. I'd like to go over those numbers and give you an update on the accurate picture of what students need and how we're assigning them. As of today, 169 students need some sort of summer makeup. That means that 34.5% of our total school population, 34.6% of our total school population need some sort of intervention in order to either graduate high school or become college eligible. It's either or. Remember first that our student population is only freshmen and sophomores, and that percentage can look inflated due to the fact that freshmen transition at any school with typical 9th through 12th grade produces a larger amount of students receiving D's and F's in the freshman year than any other class. If Mountain House High School was servicing all high school students 9 through 12 this year, our percentage of students would be much smaller. Also, please remember that this number includes 135 students who have incomplete grades, where students have the opportunity to actually complete the work that would get them a C or above once they finish their work for that semester. And again, these are first semester grades. Also noteworthy is the fact that 48 of the 169 students are students who have to attend summer school because they were credit deficient or not ready for CSU when they came to us from other schools. That's 9% of our total student population, and actually 28.5% of our total population of summer school students. So again, 28.5% of students who are attending summer school this summer are students who came to us already deficient. The last thing I'd like to draw your attention to is only 28 students in the summer group have to attend summer school because of incomplete grades in the math department only. Remember, that's 28 students of the 135 with incomplete grades are due to the student only having a math class to make up. And again, once those first semester work is completed, those students can receive a C or better. I'm going to show you another set of numbers here. This is called a grade distribution calculation. I think this number better tells the story of the grades that we have awarded thus far during the school year in our first year of operation. During the first semester, the majority of our 489 students took either 6 or 7 classes. That means that each student received either 6 or 7 grades for their first semester of work. If you multiply that by the 489 students that we have, during our first semester, we awarded 3,016 grades to our 489 students. The grades that we awarded works out to the following grade distribution, and you'll see it there on the screen. It's kind of small, but you can see there that we awarded 1,337 A's, which was 44.3% of the grades that we gave, 774 B's, which were 25.7% of the total grades given, 517 C's, which were 17.1% of the total grades given, 174 D's, which was 5.8%, 79 F's, which was 2.6%, and 135 I's, which was 4.5%. You'll notice that this means that 87.1% of all the grades we awarded for first semester were a C or above. Looking even closer than that, 70% of all the grades we gave during the first semester were a B or higher. The 4% that were given the temporary, 4.5% that were given the temporary grade of I, still have the opportunity to turn those grades into a C or higher. While we believe that we have some work to do to assist those students who have received grades of D or worse, we do believe that the story that our grade distribution report shows us is that we have had success during our first semester in operation. In order to do a thorough comparison of the numbers, I have one more group of numbers to take a look at. We were able to take a look at our incoming sophomores who came to us from outside the Lambersville Unified School District system. And using grades coming from student transcripts, we were able to calculate the grade distribution of students from their first semester last school year while they were outside of our system to the first semester in their sophomore year while they were here in our district. And this is what the distribution looks like. Here we go. Take a look at those. I think what this tells us is that during our first year in existence, this class, from year to year, had achieved at slightly better levels than they did the previous year in a new school, a new environment with a new learning style. As we continue to reflect and improve on our instructional practices, we expect that these numbers will improve. But you'll notice that the percentages are just about the same, if not actually a little bit higher than what we're used to seeing them come in from. Our sincere hope is that with more information about statistics of grade distribution and the number of students needing assistance to become eligible for graduation and four-year college acceptance, that all of us understand the full picture of our students who need intervention through our summer program at this time. Now I have some separate statistics that correlate with the grades at Mountain House High School, and I want to share some additional observations that we've made in relation to the successes that we have had thus far during our inaugural school year. So here's some of those additional successes. At the beginning of this school year, we embarked on an accelerated course towards becoming accredited by the Western Association of Schools and Colleges. something that most schools don't do until their end of their first year in operation. Our staff, students, parents, and community participated in this effort, and our school received WASC Candidacy in January of this year. This WASC process typically takes over a year, and schools don't gain initial candidacy until well into their second year. This is a fast-track candidacy, and we were very fortunate to have this done in such a short amount of time. Because we were able to get that WASC candidacy so soon, shortly after the candidacy was approved, our teachers began submitting course outlines for approval through the University of California to have our curriculum approved as college preparatory course of study. As of today, May 4th, we have 40 UC-approved courses, and that number is growing by the day. This is a significant accomplishment for our school and for our teachers who have prepared that course of study to be approved by the University of California system. Additionally, we have some specialized programs that are both popular and engaging for our students. First, we have our Project Lead the Way engineering and biomedical science programs that are teaching students the principles of biomedical science and engineering that can prepare students to be successful in future college education and career pursuits in those fields. Our computer science program is teaching students how to code and program, and next year we will be adopting the Project Lead the Way computer science engineering program that will further help them gain the knowledge they need to be successful in that field. In January of this year, our culinary arts program also moved into their new cooking lab and has been inspiring students who are interested in cooking and culinary careers. We also hosted our first AP course, World History, this year. This course is a college-level history course where students will have the opportunity to stretch their understanding of world history and take the first AP exams at Mountain House High School. We also have multiple elective and extracurricular programs to enrich student life and culture here at Mountain House High School. We have an awesome athletics program with a number of sports, a visual and performing arts program that includes choir, drama, band, marching band. We have clubs and organizations, over 20 in our very first year. Our leadership in ASB, who has held homecoming and dances. We had our Challenge Day and Be the Change Club that's tackling bullying and culture building. And we've got competitive clubs and teams like HOSA, the Health Occupation Students of America, DECA, our business club, Science Olympiad, and other clubs and organizations that are competing. So now that we've, as a learning institution, we as teachers and administration and classified staff understand that no organization is perfect, and that we have an obligation to our community to continually assess our program for effectiveness, listen to the current concerns of students, parents, and community members, and continuously improve through multiple cycles of feedback. I'd like to share with you now some of the areas where we believe our program needs some improvement as we move forward this school year and in the years to come. First, I want to draw attention to the fact that we believe we have some work to do in the implementation of technology and blended learning in several different areas. First, we're proud of our new instructional approach. We're proud of our new instructional approach and believe it benefits this new learning environment, but we know that one of the areas that we lack in is explicit direction for students and parents on how to operate in this new environment. For example, we assumed that students knew how to access information through instructional videos. We realized that students need to be explicitly taught how to watch instructional video, how to take notes on that video, what to do when they don't understand. Parents should be taught and know what this looks like as well so they can support the learning environment at home as well. We realized that we needed to ensure that students are actively engaged in the learning process on a regular basis. The purpose of a blended learning environment is to infuse more engagement into the classroom, not less. Active learning strategies should be the standard in the classroom each day, and students need to be collaborating, discussing, questioning, and listening to lecture and explanations on a regular basis. We believe that there must be a minimum pace that needs to be followed, and that immediate intervention must be taken when students fall behind that pace. For example, we need to make sure that in a math class, for example, that the teacher sets a pace, and if students fall behind that pace, that they get the immediate intervention that they need. They should have the ability to move forward as quickly as possible, but the class needs to stay on pace so that active learning strategies, as was mentioned before, can be used on a regular basis in class. Consequences for students who don't complete the homework need to be instituted, and communication with parents on a regular basis in regards to what needs to be done and how the student can improve need to be taken care of. And we need to have differentiated strategies for students who are not understanding. For example, if students have already appropriately watched the video and taken notes, the students should just not be told to go back and watch the video again. The next area we believe we have some work to do with is in the classroom management area. Classroom management in the new technology classroom is quite different from classroom management in a traditional classroom. First of all, the one way to ensure classroom management in this new environment is to design engaging learning activities that don't allow for enough time for off-task behavior. We do, however, need to provide students and parents with clear understanding of the expectations for student behavior in relation to technology, review those expectations regularly, and provide consistent enforcement when they're not followed, and including immediate parent contact. For example, cell phone usage rules, website blocking on campus, digital citizenship lessons, etc. While students are at school, on-task academic work needs to be the standard from bell to bell. Finally, we truly believe that we need to provide for some checks and balances in the mastery-based learning environment that we've designed. Mastery-based learning allows teachers to help students who take longer to understand certain concepts. However, the redo and retake policy needs to be addressed so that students see the value of practice before they demonstrate mastery, and so that they see the benefit of reflection after their failures. Students need to be expected to complete appropriate practice before attempting to demonstrate mastery on quizzes and tests. And when students are not successful on a quiz, test, or project, they must be required to reflect on their mistakes through some sort of directed error analysis and review before being allowed to retry. Students shouldn't be able to game the system by retaking the quiz over and over again until they get it right, but they should be supported with intervention when they're unsuccessful, and be required to reflect and review before they retake. So, in a nutshell, what did we learn from this first year of implementation? I believe we've learned that we must be more explicit with our instruction to students, parents, and the community with how to learn in this new environment. We need to have active engagement in the classroom as the standard. A minimum pace needs to be set in each class so that no student gets so far behind that they're not being able to participate in active learning. We need to make sure that we know how to manage the classroom in this new technology-driven environment, and we need to make sure that there are checks and balances in place so that we can focus on practice, reflection, and review. So, what will we do now? That's the big question on everybody's mind. How do we make sure, after we have seen what are our successes, and after you see that we identify areas for improvement, I want to share with you what we're doing now to address concerns that have been raised by our community, and then what we can be doing as we move forward in our second year of implementation. So, what are we doing now? First, our teachers are working on implementing more active engagement of students in the classroom. Teachers need to be directing instruction on a regular basis, and they design regular and consistent engaging activities around the content. This can look different on different days: class discussions, Socratic seminars, videos or direct instruction, and opportunities for students to model concepts in groups, in pairs, and individually. And as always, it's important to communicate with parents about what is going on in the classroom and showing them the active learning strategies that we're using. Second, something that we're doing right now is we're strengthening our mastery-based learning program. The way we're doing that is we're taking a look and redesigning the redo retake policy to require practice before demonstrating mastery, to require reflection and error analysis before additional attempts to master content and take those quizzes over and over, and communicating with parents when students are not being successful and not doing what has been asked. We're going to be taking time now to explicitly teach students how to access the information that's essential for them to be successful. For example, we want to teach them how to watch instructional video, how to take notes on that instructional video, and what to do with the notes and questions once they're done. We need to be able to communicate these things with parents and about the expectations so that they can be monitored when parents see students doing work at home. No more should a student be coming home and saying, "My teacher never teaches," because they should understand how to access the information through the videos that are being provided by teachers, and then how to access their teacher when they don't understand what they're learning. Finally, something that we're doing this year is we're implementing rules and expectations surrounding the behavior of students in classrooms. We want to make sure that there are no cell phones from bell to bell unless specifically authorized by the teacher. We want to make sure there are no games or chat windows or random surfing on the internet from bell to bell. And we need to ensure that there are consistent consequences for students and communication with parents about the expectations and informing parents when students are not meeting expectations. So, after talking about those things that we can do this year, from now until the end of the school year, to improve instruction and the instructional environment, what are we planning on doing to further support students to be successful during our second year of operation? One of the first things that we're doing is, months ago, we realized that we needed to provide an environment that allows us to provide more targeted intervention for students during the school day. This resulted in a new bell schedule that will follow for next school year. Some of the highlights of this bell schedule you'll see right here on this slide. The 7-period day will allow students to take up to 7 classes, even though they only have to take 6. A flex period will be built into the day for students who choose 6 classes and are on track, and the opportunity to assign students who struggle to an academic study skills class if needed. An additional success period each day where students who are not successful are assigned to targeted interventions with teachers during the school day for 30 minutes each day. During this time, student peers will be trained and available also to assist the success periods to further opportunities for support. Incentives for students who are merely unmotivated to get 30 minutes of extended lunch period if they keep up with all their grades, and above a C. Additional help will also be provided for students during that time who truly need it. There are also opportunities during that time, as was said before, for advanced students to take on additional electives, become a peer tutor, and or possibly begin taking courses at Delta College while they're still in high school. Another thing that we plan on doing for the next school year is to have an orientation that starts to take place next year and is a yearly orientation to the learning environment by explicitly teaching the students the processes and procedures required to be successful. We'll review how to use our Canvas learning management system. We'll review again how to access, watch, and take notes on instructional video. We'll talk about technology rules and expectations, how to communicate with teachers, how to use Google applications for education, and all of the things that students will need to be successful in this environment. Additionally, next year, our academic study skills courses will be focused on supporting struggling learners. We'll provide targeted study skill instruction in note-taking, time management, and goal setting. We'll have regular one-to-one academic tracking and counseling paired with purposeful and specific goal setting on a bi-weekly basis, and consistent communication and follow-up with parents through this academic study skills teacher. This course is open to any student, but may be required for those who are struggling academically. Starting next year, we'll be offering an extended Math 1 curriculum. This Math 1A, 1B extended curriculum is for students who prefer a more thorough look at Math 1 concepts and may need some basic skill building before beginning on Math 1 concepts. We've recognized that there is a group of students who come into our system that need a more thorough look at the concepts in Math 1 and may need basic skill building to be successful. Development of a Math 1A, 1B curriculum allows math students to review basic mathematical skills over the first semester and complete the remaining Math 1 curriculum over 3 semesters. This still allows students to complete their UC required courses before graduation if they begin as freshmen. We're also offering a summer school this year. The district has provided this support for students who were unsuccessful during this first school year and will be likely offering it for other students in the future. During summer school, teachers will be available 4 hours a day for 4 days a week for 6 weeks. Constant communication with parents will be employed, and students will be required to check in at least once per week, and more if they're not making marked progress during the summer. Students can complete as many classes as they're willing to complete over the summer and to catch up. At the end of the summer, grades given during summer school will replace any D or F or can change the incomplete grade given to any student. Finally, we're going to continue offering more and more opportunities for parents to learn about the learning environment at Mountain House High School and the expectations that have been placed on students. Using our newsletter articles about how to support your student in the learning process, providing parent university nights to learn about what's going on in the classroom, providing regular communication through social media, websites, and blogs, and opportunities for parents to provide feedback through school site council, PTSA, and other booster clubs. Again, consistent follow-up with parents whose students do not meet expectation is an important part of our communication and feedback loops. We hope you'll see that from this information that our staff has and will continue to be extremely reflective as we continue to establish the instructional environment, instructional strategies, and culture of our school. We realize and recognize our parents, students, and community members as essential partners in our continual process of improvement. We welcome your feedback, suggestions, and questions, and we want to address some of those questions and suggestions through our form that's posted online. Again, thank you so much for listening, and we hope that you join us in future meetings to learn more about the instructional environment at Mountain House High School.